वास्तविक संख्या real number. There are two types of real number. One is rational number and another is irrational number. Like this 1, 2 by 3, 4 by 7, etc. But the number which is in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0. And in this irrational number, root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7, pi, 22 by 7 minus root 2 by root 3, which is in the form of root p. P is a prime number. Let p be a prime number. If p divides a square, then p divides a, and when a is a positive integer, a is equal to p1, p2, so on pn, where p1, p2, so on pn are primes not necessarily distinct. Therefore, a square, p1, p2, so on pn, p1, p2, so on pn is equal to p1 square, p2 square, p2, so on p2n square. Now be given that p divides a square. Therefore, from the fundamental theorem of the arithmetic, it follows that p is one of the prime factors of a square. However, using the uniqueness part of the fundamental theorem of arithmetic, we realize that only prime factors of a square are p1, p2, so on pn. So p is one of p1, p2, so on pn. Now, since a is equal to p1 into p2, so on pn, p divides a square. We now ready to prove that root 2 is irrational. The proof based on the techniques called proof by contradictions, and the technique is discussed some details earlier. Identify root. Now the questions. Identify root 18 is a rational number or irrational number. You have to judge it. We have root 18 can be written as root 9 into 2. Root 9 can be factorized 3 into 3 or 3 square by 2. For 3 square you out 3 and root 2. The product of 1, 3 or another is, one is rational and another is irrational. That is, 3 is a rational number but root 2 is an irrational number. So the product of 3 root 2 is an irrational number. Note that the product of a non-zero rational number and irrational numbers is an irrational number. Thank you.